Okay, you guys, I'm back. I don't know what in the world happens, but sorry that my camera just cut off like that. Oh, that makes me so mad. It just like all of a sudden it's like off. And anyway, I've heard other people complain about the same thing. I just don't understand it. Okay, what I did that you guys didn't see on camera is I took a little bit of this fairy tale, this color right here. I took a little bit of this fairy tale and I put it on the lips, I put it on the cheeks, but I also went here and put it up here on the forehead and let it blend out. In fact, we could do a little bit more. So I just put a little bit of this on the forehead. And the reason I'm doing some more is because it lightens up always, so I don't mind. And then kind of hit it on the edges so it blends out a little bit. And we'll let that dry. But I just like how that looks. What it does is it creates like a, and we'll let that blend out. It creates like a reflection from the hair up here. So it's like the hair is reflecting that that like magenta color from the flower that's above it. So I saw that and another girl did that and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that. Okay, also, I don't know if you saw when I left off. Put that back over here. I had taken the lips and it's like I'm outlining them, like in real life, okay, with violet. And I used that fairy tale watercolor there. And then I'm going to take my blender pencil, blend it out. And blend it out. I think it looks really, really pretty. I did this, I was looking at one of my old mixed media pieces I did, and I'm like, ooh, I like that lip. I said, I need to do that lip again. And of course I never wrote it down, but I figured this is about what I did. That looks really pretty. Yeah, love that lip. Okay, I won't keep messing with it. I like how it looks. Okay, so next let's go up to the eyes. And I need to thought I had my pen out here. Okay, let me find which one I need to use. Not that one. I might use this one. These pens right here, the Sakura Pigma Sensei, S-A-K-U-R-A, and I'm not sure if I'm obviously not saying that right. You guys, these pens are the bomb. I'm just blackening up the eyeball. These pens are the bomb. I got them, these were like a set of like 5. I think it was like a set of 5 or 6, something like that. They were originally like a lot. They were originally like 25, like 30 bucks, 25, 30 bucks, and I bought them for $6 for the set. I could look at them and go, those are some high quality, and I have the microns. These are better than the microns. They're fabulous. I'm just redrawing in the lines to deepen everything. To deepen things. And let me turn my work, and hopefully you're seeing. Keep an eye on that camera, because that thing will just turn off. I'm just deepening all this because when you print it off, it doesn't print out as black as I originally drew it. So to just really accentuate everything, I am just redrawing over the black lines. And I want to deepen this at the top here. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Okay. Make sure you guys are seeing, you know, I just see a little bit on some shading on the nose that I need to go back to. There we go. I'm gonna let that dry and see how that dries. Okay. And that's the thing too, don't keep adjusting your watercoloring until after it dries, because so many times it dries so much darker, it dries so much lighter, and that's why sometimes you have to go, like I'm going to go back over this purple right here, because it dries a lot lighter. So you will see me going back over things because it's like, okay, that. So sometimes things need like a second layer. And if things don't seem quite right, just let them dry and then go back to it and see if you like it after it dries. Okay, now we're gonna do the eyes, and let me see what color eyes I'm gonna do. I was experimenting with her right here. See, I always do this. I always just have an extra sheet and I kind of play around with things. And I did on her, I did like a purple eye and a half green eye, and then I did a lime green and a teal eye, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Geez, I don't know which one I want to do. I need to make up my mind. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it just how I did here. Look how I did the eyes like that. I'm going to do one of each. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Then I'll get the best of both worlds right there. It makes me so nervous right now. I hope my camera doesn't turn off. And I think the reason it turned off last time was because I think I had too much, if you have too much in your camera, like you don't clear it. So I think that's what happened. I just think I needed to clear it, so. All right, so I'm putting the purple there, and then I'm putting the Jiminy Cricket color right there. Get that off of there. I call it Jiminy Cricket. I don't think it's called Jiminy Cricket. What is it called? It's called, I just call it Jiminy Cricket. It's called Jimmy, but it reminds me of Jiminy Cricket. Remember Jiminy Cricket when we were little? It would teach us our numbers. And I think words too. I'm not sure. But I used to love it. I was like, I love Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket and I don't care. Alright, I'm crazy. Alright, so we're going to take that Jiminy Cricket again and put it right there. And again, you guys, I'm using all Jane's watercolors. And then I'm going to use, You know what I used, and I used this color right here, but I'll use it again. I was going to go into this other teal color, but you know what? I already tested it out and it looks good. So we're going to put that teal. Well, it's not really teal. It's what kind of blue is it? Well, she calls it 70s eyeshadow. I like her names. We'll bring that down and let that blend right into that. Cool. These two I didn't let blend because the green and purple don't really blend into each other. So I just have them stop at each other, kind of like a direct stop line, which I'm all good with. Yeah, that looks cool. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Look how cool those eyes look. Love it. I love doing a sheet like this and playing around and experimenting and doing all kinds of like craziness that I want to do. And then I'll know if it's going to work. And you know what I haven't done? Darn it. I didn't do the skin. I can't believe I did that. Her neck. I'm sure you guys have been looking at me going, hello? Are you going to do her neck or what? Nope. I'm just going to skip it. Heck yeah, I'm going to do her neck. I'm going to do it right now. And her neck looks quite a bit darker, but it'll dry just like everything. I know it'll lighten a little bit just like everything else did. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that purple and shade it right here. I'm going to shade it all the way on this side here. And really get into the crux there and get into the crux right here. I'm also going to, let's blend it out a little bit. I'm also going to throw in some of this blue color, which I think is just beautiful, called Butterfly. I think that's what it's called. Huh, I don't know why she names it Butterfly, but it's pretty like a butterfly. That would be a pretty eye color too. And I'm just going to put in a little bit of blue right there. I'm going to throw a little blue in here at the bottom here. Okay. I'll let that settle in. Let's do a little bit more purple right in here. Just so it gets nice and dark right there. All right, so we shaded that now. Neck done, neck shaded. Oh, hopefully you guys were seeing that because I was down like that. Well, that's what the neck looks like. There we go. Hopefully you guys saw that. Okay, next let's go back up to the eyes. Let me just hit this all with the dryer. Okay, and I love to do watercolor for the eyes because when you use, in my opinion, when you use acrylics, it's so solid. When you use watercolor, it looks more like an eyeball, you know, like you can see through it. And that's how eyes look like that. At least to me, they do. All right, so I'm going to shade with violet in the crux of the eyeball right here with this purple violet. And then we're going to blend it out with my blender. Okay, and then we'll get out, in that Jiminy Cricket, we will use this beautiful green, which I love, grass green. Doing some detailed work, so we got to have some a sharp pencil. Okay, that looks good. Again, take that same deep green and go over into this corner of this eye. And by adding the green like this and then blending it out, it stays deepest in the corner and then blends out to another color, and then you end up with the color that's in the middle, which I think is really pretty. Okay, and then on this side we're going to go in with a dark teal color. Aquamarine, we'll go in with that. Okay, and let's blend that out. And I'm going to take chartreuse and just go right in the middle of this eye here. And just really create that here. And I'm going to do a little chartreuse right here. That looks good. So it's just really popping that whole thing. Cool. That looks awesome. Okay. Love it. Now we're going to do some catch lights, and these are new catch lights for me that I'm about to show you. I was watching Zucchini Kitty, and she did some cool catch lights. Just a second. I need to grab some white paint. Where the heck is my white paint? Right here. Okay. Move this watercolor over. Put a little white paint down here. Oh, jeez. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something I'm doing right now. My white pen, this is a white paint pen, and it's a really fine one by Dilutions. It got all clogged up. So, and I've done everything to unclog it. But you know what? You can use this fine tip, dip it into acrylic paint, and make the little dots that you need to make. And use it like you would do a paintbrush. It's cool. Yep, let me put my readers on. Okay, so this is what I saw Zucchini Kitty do, and I thought it was so cool. She put catch lights like that in the eye, and I thought it was cool. Okay, I don't know if it's going to do the catch lights well. That's good enough there. I'm going to do the dots like this. I'll use, for the catch lights, I'll use my, for the little line catch lines, I'll use my liner brush. Okay. So here we go with this. Do this one here. That looks so cool. Okay, let me just rinse that off. So now I'm using this as a tool. Since the paint stopped coming out of here for some reason, the white paint, I'm going to use it as a tool to make those little dots. And I'm going to use this for more dots in a second. But I need to do the catch lights with my liner brush. Oh, which is right here. I swear, you guys, I organize myself all the time. I always say this. I organize myself right into a mess. I'm like, oh, I'm organized. No, I'm not. I mean, I am, but then, like, I can't find crap. It's like, okay, I'm so organized that I just organize myself into a little mess. Let me turn this. Okay, and then I'm going to throw another catch light up and through here, and through there, here, and then through there. I love all those catch lights. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is, oh, and there's little bits of color in her eyeball naturally that have happened, like a little bit of the pink from the eyeshadow. Leave those there because I think that those are happy little accidents. No, I think that those are like reflections into the eyes. Just like I said, like the reflection of that pink into her skin from her hair. Because if there's no reflection in her eyes like that, then I'll add it. So, I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Hopefully you guys are in frame. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to start adding some little dots. I just love adding these little dots. And I usually add these little dots with my liner brush. But since I discovered this as a tool, I'm now using it. I love it. And how I discovered it as a tool was I was using it to put the little dots around the eyes, and the paint stopped working all of a sudden. So then I saw some paint drip on the side over here, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if I dip my pen in that, and it worked. So I was like, okay. Okay. Then I like to do like little dots all on the eyebrows, just a little bit. Got a lot of paint on here. Let me wipe the paint off of here. And just barely touching the paper will give you all those little, it's like giving little sparkles. And the lighter you touch it, the smaller the sparkles. And then I'm going to put some here, like on the skin. I'm going to give her like some little sparkles all right here. Okay. And then I'm just going to water this down a little bit more. Yeah, I think that might work out better, being a little bit more watered down. Okay. It's funny because it's like way more intense doing the face than it is like doing like leaves or the hair. So I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over. But this is a bunch of little fine things. Okay. While we're here, let's do the tip of the nose. Okay. And we're going to, let me come up. Try to decide if I want to do it like this or come up. Come down. Okay. Cool. And then here at the top, just kind of just do it kind of messy a little bit with that. There we go. Just a second, guys. If I'm off frame for just a second, I just gotta fix my lines here, and if my head's in the way too, sorry. There we go. See how that looks to you guys. Cool. We're almost finished. Let me see what else I need to do. Oh, we're going to take a little bit of this white on the lip. And we're just going to put a little highlight above the lip. Give like a little milk mustache. Okay. Right above the lip. Okay. And what else do we want to do? I'm doing some new things, so I wrote it here. Lower lip. Oh, we need to do a little bit on the chin. Okay. Middle, lower lip, nose. Oh yeah, we need to put some highlights here. I always do this anyway. Okay, on the lip, which is something I always do. When you guys see things that other people are doing, you really like it, make notes, and then you can add that into your own artwork. Like I saw some things Willowing Arts she was doing with her art, and I was like, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I don't like that. You know what's funny is I just want to put a little highlight right here, and it was like too much, and if I just do it and then smear it, it works out perfect. So that's what I'm doing. Perfect. Just wanted to put a little highlight right there. Okay. I think that looks good. I think her face is done. Let me make sure that I've got everything I wanted to do on her face. Eyes, the catch lights. I did a little of that on the cheeks. Oh, there's one more little highlight. Yeah, because Willowing Arts, she's awesome. I'm sure you guys have heard of her before. She's awesome. She teaches classes. She has a life class book, and it's really cool. Again, that worked out perfect. I just put a little bit too much, and then I just wiped it off, and that created it perfectly. There we go. Just wanted a little bit right there. I'm going to, I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to mess with this highlight again. There we go. I like that better. Cool. And I kind of learned that from Jane Davenport. You know, quit trying to be so perfect with everything. If you have a bunch of things that are imperfect on your piece, it'll look like you meant to do everything imperfectly. And what's perfect, you know? I need to work on that. Always trying to make everything just so. So I think that looks good. I am so happy with her face and the skin and everything. Yay! Now, once this, this is what I like to do. Once this dries, I like to take the white highlight because it's a little too white for me. I like to take my peach pencil once that's dry, and I will go over that a little bit just so it's not so, that highlight in the middle is not so prominent. But you don't have to. A lot of people like to have that highlight that light. So it's up to you. Okay, you guys, you know what? We are going to go ahead and wrap this one up, and then we'll do some hair in the next one, because this took me 30 minutes to do this, okay? All right, so I will see you in like part 4 or 5. I don't know what part we're on, you guys. We're just going with it, okay? Talk to you guys soon. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. And we'll be doing the hair in the next one, okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye.